Welcome. Settle in and allow yourself to rest. You begin by resting inside the idea of time itself. Not dates, not events. Only the slow pulse of days, seasons, and years. Time feels less like a line, and more like breathing. You are lying still. Time is already here. Not ticking. Not counting. Just present. It moves quietly. Like breath. In. Out. Before clocks exist, time feels soft. It feels wide. It feels patient. There are no minutes yet. No hours. Only light. Only dark. Warmth arrives. Then fades. Cool air follows. Hunger comes. Rest answers. Early humans do not chase time. They live inside it. The way you are now. They notice shadows. Long in the morning. Short at noon. Long again by evening. No one names this. No one measures it. The brain simply watches. Watching is enough. Patterns begin to repeat. The sun returns. The dark leaves. The nervous system learns. Slowly. Quietly. Repetition brings safety. Your body still remembers this. It softens when things repeat. Heart beats slow. Breath deepens. Time feels circular here. Not forward. Not backward. Morning becomes evening. Evening becomes night. Night becomes morning again. Nothing feels lost. Sameness is comforting. Sameness means survival. You imagine someone standing long ago. Feet on cool ground. Eyes on the sky. They are not thinking. They are noticing. Stars appear. One by one. They return each night. The mind remembers. Not as a story. As a feeling. This has happened before. Memory begins here. Neurons respond softly. Recognition releases calm. The body learns rules. Gentle rules. Cold ends. Warmth returns. Leaves grow. Leaves fall. Seasons arrive. Then leave again. Waiting becomes normal. Waiting becomes safe. Stillness is not danger. You feel this now. Lying still. Nothing required. Breathing becomes a clock. In. Out. No numbers. No effort. Later, marks appear. On stone. On wood. A line. Another line. Not counting yet. Remembering. Time becomes something you trust. Not something you control. Stars help again. They move slowly. Predictably. The sky becomes familiar. Predictability relaxes the mind. Chemistry shifts. Muscles loosen. Time stretches. Moments widen. Thoughts drift. This is rest. Between sunrises, life unfolds gently. No urgency. Your awareness softens. Edges blur. Time feels spacious. Past does not pull. Future does not push. Everything rests here. Language has not arrived yet. Names have not formed. Time is felt, not tracked. It flows beneath awareness. You do not hold it. It holds you. Signals of safety spread. Sleep chemistry begins quietly. Nothing important will be missed. Time remembers for you. Memory forms without effort. Observation becomes storage. History has not started. Only noticing exists. Light. Dark. Return. Your thoughts slow further. Sentences shorten. Pauses lengthen. Time is no longer something to understand. It is something to rest inside. Breathing keeps count. Heartbeats mark moments. Life continues gently. As awareness fades, noticing begins to settle into remembering. You are lying down. Still. Time from before lingers softly around you. Memory begins quietly here. The brain remembers. Not numbers. Not dates. Not events. It remembers patterns. You notice small things first. A sound. A movement. A shadow stretching differently. Early humans notice too. And slowly, the brain stores it. For later. The mind is like soft clay. Impressions form gently. Sometimes clear. Sometimes blurred. Each repeated pattern makes a groove. A memory deepens. A memory lasts. Neurons fire. Connections form. Soft chemicals spread. Calm. Safety. Memory is not perfect. It is fragile. It shifts and fades. It bends. And yet it survives. This is how stories begin. Small stories. Personal stories. Shared stories. A bird returns each morning. A river swells after rain. A fire warms faces. These repetitions shape thought. Each observation saved softly. Not rushed. Not forced. Civilizations do the same. Humans copy behavior. They learn from watching. Mirror neurons in the brain echo the movement of others. You feel this too. When someone smiles, the face of your mind changes. A subtle understanding forms. Safety. Trust. This is how early groups survive. By remembering. By noticing. By copying. Memory spreads quietly. Not all events are remembered. Only what matters. only what repeats. Patterns emerge. A stone tool is used again and again. Its design remembered, copied, improves slowly. Stories begin to collect. Lessons form. Fire must be tended. Food is stored. Shelter is maintained. Memory softens into understanding. Not urgency. Not command. But guidance. The brain stores experiences as warmth. A safe feeling. A quiet lesson learned without words. You feel this warmth now. Inside your chest. Inside your mind. A gentle settling. Even in sleep, memory is active. It files impressions. It recalls safety. It remembers rhythm. You drift through the layers of memory. First, what is necessary. Next, what is familiar. Then, what is comforting. Memory is a map. Not of streets. Not of names. But of feeling. Of cause and effect. When you touch something warm, or hear a distant sound, memory tells you what it means. You sense connections you do not name. The brain links things quietly. Patterns overlap. Time stretches across these connections. This is how humans survived. By noticing what repeats. By storing it carefully. By passing it along. Mirror neurons reflect. They allow one mind to echo another. One person touches fire. Others feel it without burning. Experience multiplies quietly. Memory becomes collective. A network of lessons. You are part of that network too. Your mind receives. Your mind stores. Your body remembers. Rest allows memory to function best. Sleep strengthens the grooves. Connections solidify. The brain tidies. Neural pathways are trimmed. Only useful paths remain. Memories that guide survival endure. Repetition becomes rhythm. Rhythm becomes safety. Safety becomes calm. Calm allows more memory. Civilizations grow slowly. Each generation inherits patterns, lessons, tools, observations. Even stories begin as memory. A tale told around fire. Echoes of what worked before. What to avoid. What to try again. You notice this now. Your own life is patterned. Your body remembers. Your mind recalls. Memory is a gentle teacher. It does not rush. It does not demand. It nudges softly. You feel the continuity of life through memory. Your own patterns repeat. Your breath. Your heartbeat. Your attention. Even thought itself is memory. Recognizing patterns. Matching previous impressions. Learning slowly. This is how knowledge survives. Through observation. through repetition, through the quiet echo of minds. History is built this way, not by grand gestures, not by urgency, but by small acts remembered. A stone moved, a path walked, a lesson repeated. Memory is fragile. It can fade, it can bend, and yet it endures. You feel the warmth of this entrance now, soft, settling, like a slow fire in the chest. The brain mirrors what it sees. Understanding grows without effort. Experience is absorbed without thinking. Civilizations thrive gently this way. Lessons carried quietly. Safety maintained softly. The smallest patterns are remembered first. They build into the largest structures. This is how humans survive, how they learn, how they live, how they continue. You are lying still. Memory flows through you now, quietly, softly, patiently. The past is inside you. It whispers. It holds. You do not need to chase it. It exists, quietly, beneath awareness. And inside this quiet memory, you sense the slow work of understanding forming, ready to stretch into the world beyond. You are lying still, eyes closed, breath soft, the world outside quiet. You imagine a long ago time. No cities, no machines, no hurry. There are humans here, hands moving slowly, eyes watching carefully. They touch stones, rough edges, smooth edges, every angle noticed. A piece of flint in the hand. The palm warms it. The thumb presses gently. The first strike is soft. A chip falls. Another. A small, quiet success. This is trial. This is error. And learning. Each chip teaches something. To hard, it shatters. To soft, it does nothing. Just right, a shape begins to form. The mind notices. Patterns appear. Angles repeated. Force measured. Repetition becomes rhythm. Strike. Observe. Adjust. Hands become patient teachers. Stone becomes a student. The connection is quiet, almost meditative. The brain of the early human learns slowly. Motor skills sharpen. Muscles remember. Neurons fire. Each tool shaped is stored in memory. Not as a concept, but as feeling. The groove of muscle. The pressure of thumb. Experience becomes knowledge. Knowledge becomes survival. The body does not forget. You can feel this too. As you breathe, your own hands remember. Movement remembered without effort. Time stretches gently here. There is no rush. Only the slow learning. Only the quiet noticing. Mistakes are part of this rhythm. Nothing is lost. A broken edge is information. A splintered shard is a lesson. Observation guides. Patience rewards. Progress is unhurried. The mind begins to understand cause and effect, not through instruction, but through touch, through feeling, through repetition. Stone becomes an extension of thought. Hands echo brain signals. The brain echoes intention. Every movement counted softly. This is early science. Understanding through doing. Learning through trial. Testing quietly. Failing gently. The pattern repeats each day. Morning light touches the workshop. Hands pick up flint. Muscles remember yesterday's lessons. The mind compares. One strike works. Another does not. Patterns become obvious. Observation turns into skill. Slowly, the tool grows useful. Edge sharp enough to cut. Handle shaped for comfort. Weight balanced in hand. Each tool is unique. Each tool is learned. Each is a lesson in patience. The brain notices subtle differences. Pressure. Angle. Strength. Timing. All these small details matter. All are stored quietly in memory. The early human watches again. A sibling mimics. A friend observes. Learning spreads without words. Knowledge becomes social. Hands teach hands. Eyes teach eyes. Muscles echo muscles. Memory here is embodied. Lessons are stored in the body, not just the mind. You feel this too. Every movement you have ever learned lives quietly in your muscles. Typing, walking, breathing. The connection between mind and body deepens. Learning becomes holistic. Stone tools are more than survival. They are understanding. Experiment. Practice. Time itself slows in this process. No rush. No expectation. Only careful repetition. The brain begins noticing sequences. Strike. Chip. Edge formed. Observation expands. Each day becomes an experiment. Every mistake teaches something new. You feel this rhythm now. Soft. Slow. Patient. Even now, your body knows the same quiet learning. Practice. Try. Fail. Adjust. Nothing needs to hurry. Nothing demands. Everything arrives in its own time. The hands work. The mind follows. Muscles remember. Thought rests in action. The pattern repeats. Stone yields slowly. Edges from softly. A tool becomes something useful. The first understanding of engineering emerges, not through words, not through plans, but through doing, feeling, touching. Time becomes an ally. Mistakes are lessons. Patience is essential. Each chip, each scratch, each edge forms the foundation for the future. Learning is embodied. Understanding grows quietly. You lie still and notice your own memory of motion. Your hands know. Your mind knows. Observation, repetition, patience. These are the first principles. Silent. Steady. Even failure contributes. Even errors build knowledge. Every action has meaning. The early human rests now. Hands stained with dust. Eyes soft from concentration. The day ends gently. Night arrives slowly. Memory consolidates. Muscles relax. Mind softens. All the small lessons of the day are stored, waiting for tomorrow. You breathe with this rhythm. Slow. Patient. Unhurried. Stone tools remain as silent teachers, carrying knowledge forward. Through repetition. Through memory. The quiet work of learning continues, even without notice, even without hurry. And in this stillness, you sense that patience itself has a memory. You are lying still, breath slow, eyes closed. The world is quiet. You imagine darkness, cold, the night stretching endlessly. Then light appears, a small flicker, soft, warm. Fire is alive, but not in a loud way. It moves gently, flickers, shifts, changes color. Early humans gather around it. Hands stretched toward warmth. Eyes tracing shadows. The body relaxes. Fire is more than heat. It changes the air, light, odor, feeling. The brain notices. Safety rises. Cortisol fades. Muscles soften. Sleep chemistry begins to adjust. Food transforms over fire. Raw meat becomes easier to chew. Calories are unlocked slowly. Digestion eases. Energy rises without effort. Your own body remembers this rhythm. Chewing, digesting, resting. Fire also extends time. Night is no longer complete darkness. Tasks continue gently. Observation continues softly. Conversations grow. Stories are told. Lessons shared. The glow encourages listening. Social bonds strengthen quietly. Mirror neurons fire. The mind connects. Trust builds. Fire teaches cooperation. One person tends the flame. Another gathers wood. Another observes. Each role contributes. Attention becomes steady. Repetition stabilizes. Safety emerges from shared effort. You feel this now. Even as you lie still, your body recognizes calm from warmth and presence. The flame dances. Colors shift slowly. Red, orange, blue. You notice patterns. Flicker, flow, change. Early humans understand fire differently. Not just a tool. Not just heat. A shared companion. Science tells us why this matters. Warmth slows metabolism. Heat triggers comfort signals in the brain. Oxytocin rises quietly when humans gather. The group sleeps better. Rest becomes deeper. Patterns of day and night synchronize. Everyone's rhythm stabilizes gently. Fire also illuminates hazards. Shadows reveal space. Movement is easier to notice. Predators avoided. Memory records these experiences. Safety, warmth, cooperation, stories. The brain learns from repetition. Watching the flame teaches patience. Observation becomes skill. You feel this too. Calm, still, quiet. Even without fire now, your body remembers warmth. The subtle increase of comfort. The lowering of tension. The feeling of being safe. Hands stretch toward the imagined flame. Fingers warm themselves. Muscles release. The chest rises and falls. Fire teaches timing. Add wood carefully. Avoid smothering the flame. Too much smoke brings discomfort. Too little heat slows progress. You notice these adjustments softly. The mind senses balance. The body follows. Fire extends learning beyond individual experience. Knowledge becomes social. Lessons pass quietly. The group grows more cohesive. Sharing fire teaches anticipation. Patterns repeat. Days and nights blend gently. Cycles are easier to notice. Early humans understand that cooperation matters. Fire is a medium. Communication becomes more fluid. Shared presence stabilizes emotion. Even the glow is predictable. It provides a rhythm. Light rises and falls softly. Flickers slowly. Calms the nervous system. The smell of smoke enters memory. Recognition spreads quietly. The brain links smell, sight, warmth, and presence. A neural network forms across individuals. You feel this now. Memories rise. Calm spreads. Sleep becomes easier. Fire changes food. It changes energy. It changes body chemistry. Calories arrive without strain. Energy stabilizes the system. Hormones adjust. Heart rate slows. Breathing softens. Sleep deepens after evening meals. Patterns are reinforced. Memory consolidates. Skills and stories remain longer. You notice your own rhythm. Breath. Pulse. Relaxation. Fire encourages reflection. Hands warm. Eyes calm. Minds unhurried. Lessons from fire are subtle. Care. Patience. Observation. The brain absorbs safety. Muscles remember warmth. The group remembers connection. Even minor errors teach gently. Wood falls too close. Smoke rises. Adjustments occur. Learning is slow. Unhurried. Patient. You sense the flow of knowledge. Passing between humans. Through fire. Through presence. Patterns emerge. Daily cycles stabilize. Rest arrives naturally. Memory stores experience. You are part of this pattern now. Even lying still. Even imagining. Your body softens. The brain notices the glow. Cortisol fades. Trust deepens. Sleep chemicals spread quietly. Even shadows teach. Edges soften. Movement becomes familiar. Attention relaxes. Fire becomes a companion. A teacher. A connector. It is shared technology without urgency. Hands reach toward it. Faces light softly. Stories form without effort. The mind is calm. The body responds. Memory absorbs repetition. Learning continues. Time slows. Progress is gentle. Observation is enough. No pressure exists. Fire organizes life subtly. Patterns of work and rest. Warmth and safety. Shared attention and pause. Even the quietest moments are meaningful. Each flicker a teacher. Each glow a guide. Each shadow a reminder. You breathe slowly. Chest rises. Chest falls. Awareness drifts. Fire teaches humanity without words. It teaches care, attention, patience, connection, community. Even now, lying here, you feel it. The calm, the warmth, the safety. Shared technology begins softly. Not in urgency. Not in haste. Only in presence. The glow continues quietly. You are lying still. Eyes closed. Breath steady. The world outside is quiet. You imagine the first fields. Soft soil. Seeds pressed gently into the earth. Hands working slowly. Fingers tracing rows. Each seed placed with care. The sun warms your back. Wind moves softly across the ground. Grass whispers between your fingers. Time feels slower here. Not measured in hours. not counted in days, but felt. Early humans notice cycles. Rain comes, sun warms, seeds swell, roots grow silently beneath the surface. Invisible, patient, drawing water, drawing nutrients. Life begins without urgency. Growth happens quietly, incrementally, measured in leaves, measured in stems. You sense the rhythm now. The pulse of water through roots, the slow stretch of stems toward light, the pull of gravity on soft shoots. Seasons emerge as teachers. Spring encourages planting. Summer rewards patience. Autumn demands harvest. Winter rests all life. Observation becomes understanding. The mind notices patterns. Time aligns with biology. Rain predicts growth. Sun predicts ripening. Your body remembers these rhythms. Your pulse slows. Breath deepens. The nervous system responds to repetition. Early humans learn to wait. Waiting is not boredom. It is attention. It is observation. It is trust in cycles. Every seed is a lesson. Some fail. Some succeed. All teach. Soil is a partner. Moisture a guide. Temperature a gentle constraint. Hands become steady. Eyes careful. Movement measured. Agriculture teaches long-term thinking. One season's work becomes the foundation for the next. Patience grows like roots. You notice your own memory of waiting. The slow build of effort. The quiet satisfaction when progress finally appears. Humans begin to understand cause and effect in a new way. Planting leads to growth. Growth leads to harvest. Harvest leads to sustenance. Repetition solidifies understanding. Observation strengthens decision-making. Timing becomes crucial. Cycles govern life. Biology insists. Weather guides. Time coordinates. Even mistakes are informative. Too little water. Too much sun. A frost at the wrong moment. Lessons accumulate silently. The brain stores patterns. Memory aligns with rhythm. Future choices become clearer. Your body mirrors this understanding. Heart rate steadies. Muscles relax. Breathing slows. Agriculture teaches cooperation. Neighbors share knowledge. Seeds. Tools. Techniques. Communication grows softly. Observation is replicated. Experience multiplies. This is the beginning of culture. Knowledge spreads gently. Without rush. Without urgency. You feel the same cycles now. In your body. In your awareness. Breath in. Breath out. The brain tracks time through repetition. Patterns become predictable. Safety grows quietly. Learning accumulates effortlessly. Plants respond to light and temperature. Animals respond to food and climate. Humans respond to both. Synchronization emerges. Energy is conserved. Action occurs at the right moment. Patience is rewarded. You notice the sensation of waiting. It is not empty. It is full of awareness, soft attention, gentle presence. Even soil is instructive. Moisture holds or flees. Texture changes under your fingers. Life teems below. Invisible. Slow. The first tools for farming appear. Hoes. Digging sticks. Baskets for seeds. Each tool extends patience. Efficiency grows. Labor is distributed. Time is respected. You sense the coordination. Muscles remember practice. Eyes track movement. Hands execute quietly. Humans learn to plan, to predict the future, to align effort with natural cycles. Knowledge is embodied, not just in memory, but in the body, in the rhythm of work, in the timing of touch. Seeds sprout slowly. Leaves unfold gradually. Growth is observable but restrained. Every moment teaches restraint. Every day is a test of patience. Every season confirms effort. The brain adapts. Frustration diminishes. Calm spreads. Observation replaces impulsivity. Sleep aligns with these rhythms. Evening arrives. Work stops. The body relaxes. Rest consolidates learning. Cycles repeat across years. Generations inherit timing. Knowledge persists silently. Experience accumulates without effort. You notice your own anticipation now. Waiting is not a burden. It is a space to observe, to notice subtle patterns. Growth is invisible beneath the soil, yet the mind senses progress. Patience rewards quietly. Agriculture encourages long-term thinking. Immediate results are rare. Future gains arrive slowly. Reward is measured in time. You feel the same timing inside yourself. Heartbeats. Breath. Slow, measured. The first irrigation is minimal. Water is carried gently. Soil moistened. Crops respond. Temperature and humidity become guides. Adjustment is continuous. Observation is key. The brain links cause and effect. Learning accumulates quietly. Muscles remember patterns. Memory consolidates. Cycles of day and night reinforce understanding. Activity aligns with sunlight. Rest aligns with darkness. Biology and environment harmonize. Humans learn community through agriculture. Tasks are shared. Knowledge is exchanged. Work and rest coordinated. Even now, lying still, you feel the rhythm. Pulse. Breath. Attention softening. Observation continues, quietly. Memory strengthens. Understanding builds. Patience is embodied. Cycles are familiar. Time is slow. Life organizes around growth and season. Effort becomes intentional. Reward becomes predictable. Even mistakes are valuable. Lessons accumulate silently. The future feels steady. You rest in this understanding. Slowly. Patiently. Awareness softens. The first farmers watch the soil, the seeds, the sky. They wait. And you wait with them. Your body, your mind, aligned with the gentle rhythm of life. You are lying still. Breath slow. Body heavy. Eyes closed. You imagine a city. Not loud. Not rushed. Just quiet. Buildings rise softly. Stone. Clay. Wood. Paths stretch gently. Winding. Straight. Circles and lines meeting quietly. People move carefully. Hands busy. Feet measured. Eyes attentive. The city is alive, but not chaotic. It breathes slowly. Flows. Shifts. Streets are like veins, carrying life. Movement. Food. Water. Homes cluster gently. Courtyards open. Shared walls conserve warmth. Neighbors notice each other softly. Sanitation emerges quietly. Waste directed. Water managed. Health preserved. Patterns repeated. Observation and adaptation guide design. Paths chosen for efficiency. Space allocated for comfort. Structure aligns with human need. The mind notices the system. Order emerges naturally. Not imposed harshly, but discovered slowly. Population grows gently. Numbers increase over years. Humans notice limits. Resources measured. Growth regulated softly. Energy flows like water. Food moves through the streets. People exchange knowledge quietly. Trade becomes a rhythm. Each home and alleyway has purpose. Circulation of air. Light filtered gently. Noise minimized. Safety integrated. Even early plumbing emerges softly. Water diverted. Waste contained. Hygiene maintained. Health improves without urgency. The brain notices coordination. Patterns repeat. Observation strengthens memory. Behavior adapts to structure. Civilization begins to resemble a living organism. Cells become neighborhoods. Paths become arteries. Knowledge circulates. People act together. Not in chaos. Not in haste. Movement is regulated. Purposeful. Even gatherings are orderly. Markets organized. Tools shared. Food distributed. Sleep aligns with this rhythm. Evening quiet. Hearts dim. Bodies rest. The city continues to grow slowly. Experience accumulates. Knowledge spreads quietly. Patterns emerge. You feel the same in your body. Breath in. Breath out. Muscles soften. Heart rate slows. Every structure reflects adaptation. Every street reveals observation. Every corner preserves comfort. The mind notices flow. Human movement mirrors systems in nature. Blood through veins. Air through lungs. Water through rivers. Even mistakes teach softly. Crowding corrected. Waste managed. Structures reinforced. Learning accumulates across generations. Design improves silently. Experience strengthens memory. Knowledge persists. You notice your own rhythm now. Heartbeats echo pathways. Breath mirrors flow. Attention drifts quietly. Early cities teach about balance. Energy distributed evenly. Effort conserved. Life organized. Patterns continue through time. Observation builds efficiency. Structures guide behavior. Humans adapt to their environment gently. You sense the quiet logic. Every path chosen. Every building placed. Every space respected. The city is alive. Circulatory. Breathing slowly. Systems interacting softly. Noise is minimal. Movement is calm. Tasks proceed steadily. The body follows. Even commerce is rhythmic. Barter measured. Trade predictable. Work flows naturally. Information travels through proximity. Memory becomes collective. Decisions informed by observation. Experience builds gradually. People move in harmony. Hands busy. Eyes attentive. Feet measured. The brain notices structure. Patterns guide action. Memory encodes efficiency. Behavior aligns with environment. Even leisure has space. Courtyards shaded. Paths open. Moments for reflection. Systems continue quietly. Energy conserved. Waste managed. Life stabilized. The city is an organism. Neighborhoods pulse like cells. Streets flow like veins. Knowledge circulates. Observation strengthens rhythm. Experience informs design. Patience regulates growth. You breathe with this system. Inhale. Exhale. Heart steady. Muscles relaxed. Even structures teach memory. Walls guide movement. Stairs train balance. Paths cultivate awareness. The organism of civilization persists. Flow continues. Patterns repeat. Learning accumulates. You notice your own connection. Heartbeat. Breath. Attention softened. Awareness expanded. The city teaches quiet lessons. Organization. Flow. Observation. Cooperation. Even chaos is managed softly. Errors corrected gently. Disorder smoothed over. Balance restored. Sleep follows rhythm. Evening settles. Bodies rest. Memory stores experience. You imagine generations passing. Knowledge transmitted without urgency. Observation guides design. Learning accumulates across time. The city breathes slowly. Systems interact. Flow continues. Harmony persists. And in this quiet organism, you sense the gentle intelligence of structure itself. You are lying still. Breath slow. Muscles soft. Eyes closed. Imagine the first marks. Pressed into clay. Drawn with care. Lines forming meaning. A symbol appears. Simple. Curved. Intentional. The hand moves slowly. Finger guided. Tool tracing. Thought made visible. Memory meets medium. Neurons fire. Connections strengthen. Ideas take shape. Each stroke is deliberate. Not rushed. Not hurried. Each curve communicates. Symbols become records. Stories. Transactions. Observations preserved. The brain notices permanence. Experience stored outside the body. Memory reinforced externally. Knowledge extends. Early humans pause. Look at the marks. Recognize them. Understand them slowly. Writing transforms thought. Thought no longer fleeting. Captured. Slowed. Shared. Clay tablets cool in the sun. Papyrus dries softly. Ink absorbs gently. Words fixed in time. Communication stretches across distance. One mind connects to another. Across space. Across days. Even error teaches. Symbols misread. Corrections applied. Memory clarified. Observation strengthens understanding. Patterns repeated. Neural pathways reinforce. Muscles remember motion. Writing enables planning. Tasks recorded. Events anticipated. Experience organized. The brain feels rhythm. Attention softens. Observation deepens. Learning accumulates without hurry. Stories emerge quietly. History begins in symbols. Knowledge passes silently. Experience transcends individual memory. Even language is adaptable. New symbols evolve. Complexity grows. Patterns refined. You notice rhythm now. Hand moves. Mind follows. Thought slows. Ink stains finger. Clay dust lingers. Observation is gentle. Repetition reinforces. The first libraries exist quietly. Shells of tablets. Bundles of papyrus. Knowledge stored. Neurons encode association. Visual patterns anchor memory. Reading stimulates recognition. Writing becomes extension of thought. Communication extends imagination. Ideas shared beyond immediate presence. Experience multiplies. Observation strengthens comprehension. Even mistakes contribute. Symbols misaligned. Thought miscommunicated. Correction informs pattern recognition. Memory no longer confined. Experience lives outside the brain. Learning continues silently. Knowledge accumulates softly. Time is preserved. Moments recorded. Decisions documented. Reflection facilitated. Reading slows perception. Eyes trace lines. Mind interprets. Breath continues. Writing organizes society. Transactions recorded. Ownership established. Coordination achieved quietly. Neuroscience notices repetition. Memory reinforced. Learning stabilized. Patterns persist. Even long chains of thought are manageable. Symbols align. Ideas structured. Understanding accumulates. Education emerges gently. Observation shared. Knowledge transmitted. Experience extended across generations. The first schools are soft. Children follow patterns. Symbols repeated. Attention strengthened. Hand-eye coordination grows. Neurons strengthen connections. Memory stores. Understanding stabilizes. Writing is slow technology. Not urgent. Not fleeting. Preserving thought without haste. Even silence has shape. Between symbols. Between lines. Time is marked. Observation deepens. Attention becomes gentle. Focus sustained. Learning quiet. Ideas travel softly. Ink preserves voice. Clay holds experience. Papyrus extends memory. The first readers pause. Trace symbols. Interpret meaning. Thought slows naturally. Communication becomes deliberate. Exchange measured. Reflection encouraged. Experience captured. Writing bridges minds. Past and present meet gently. Neuroscience records patterns. Culture accumulates. Even errors leave lessons. Misinterpretation corrected. Patterns clarified. Learning reinforced. The body remains calm. Breath slow. Hands resting. Attention soft. Symbols invite contemplation. Patterns encourage reflection. Ideas preserved across space. Memory stabilized across time. Even fleeting thoughts are extended. Observation recorded. Knowledge preserved. Understanding deepened. You notice your own mind now. Neurons firing. Memory integrating. Thought expanding quietly. Language becomes quiet permanence. Time slows. Experience solidifies. Silence preserved. Words settle softly. Ink dries gently. Clay calls. Your mind rests alongside them. You are lying still. Breath soft. Eyes closed. Body heavy. Imagine vast lands. Not chaos. Not noise. Just gentle extension. Early empires grow slowly. Boundaries stretch quietly. Rivers and roads connect regions. Paths trace carefully. People move along these routes, carrying goods, messages, ideas. The flow is steady, measured, predictable, not rushed. Structures appear softly. Granaries hold grain. Bridges cross rivers. Walls guide movement. Sanitation spreads gradually. Water channels dug. Waste directed. Health preserved without urgency. Trade stabilizes economies. Markets emerge gently. Exchange measured. Currency travels quietly. Communication becomes systematic. Officials record accounts. Instructions sent carefully. Memory extended beyond individual. Observation guides planning. Transport systems smooth traffic. Paths minimize effort. Resources distributed evenly. Even armies exist quietly. Not in conquest, but in organization. Discipline structured. The brain notices patterns. Growth is predictable. Networks efficient. Behavior aligns with structure. Farms connect to cities. Surplus feeds populations. Labor allocated. Production steady. Knowledge consolidates. Bureaucracy develops softly. Documentation accumulates. Rules follow logic rather than drama. Infrastructure stabilizes regions. Roads link settlements. Storage holds essentials. Rivers managed for transport. Even governance is calm. Decisions based on observation. Communication verified. Action deliberate. Patterns repeat over generations. Information flows. Errors corrected. Efficiency reinforced. Population grows steadily. Needs anticipated. Supply chains monitored. Distribution systematized. Learning accumulates. Administration improves gradually. Infrastructure refined. Order strengthened. The empire functions as a machine. Parts interdependent. Flow regulated. Energy conserved. Even conflict is procedural. Disputes resolved through structure. Negotiation extends stability. Patterns sustained. Culture persists quietly. Art emerges within organization. Writing records experience. Memory preserved. Trade routes continue flowing. Caravans move slowly. Goods transported safely. Paths maintained. The city within the empire breathes calmly. Neighborhoods cluster. Markets align. Systems support population. Taxes collected carefully. Labor allocated efficiently. Resources preserved for need. Planning extends cycles. Even communication across distance follows rhythm. Messengers travel methodically. Instructions verified. Memory reinforced. Observation governs action. Officials note trends. Patterns repeated. Errors mitigated. Even festivals emerge slowly. Celebrations organized. Rituals follow calendars. Communities experience regularity. Learning is structural. Knowledge is collective. Decisions based on data. Experience accumulated. The empire moves like a clock. Gears interacting silently. Pivots turning gently. Energy measured. Even armies march with rhythm. Coordination precise. Supply lines maintained. Movement predictable. The brain notices efficiency. Neural patterns encode sequence. Memory consolidates structure. Learning becomes habitual. Embers of knowledge spread across lands. Libraries and archives hold data. Records stored carefully. Experience preserved. Trade, agriculture, and administration interlock. Resources distributed. Workflows aligned. Population sustained. Even taxation is gentle. Collected in predictable cycles. Applied to support systems. Growth stabilized. Observation governs expansion. Borders mapped. Movement monitored. Flow maintained. Systems overlap quietly. Farms feeding cities. Cities feeding armies. Armies enforcing order. Culture follows organization. Art reflects structure. Architecture mirrors patterns. Society harmonizes with itself. The brain notices repetition. Memory strengthens. Understanding accumulates. Patterns persist. Infrastructure remains steady. Bridges, roads, canals endure. Cities connect seamlessly. People follow predictable routines. Even environmental management emerges slowly. Irrigation channels maintained. Flood control applied. Water distributed carefully. Learning across generations stabilizes. Knowledge recorded in writing. Observations shared. Experience transmitted. Economies stabilize gently. Trade flows continuously. Labor allocated efficiently. Surplus stored. Observation guides growth. Errors corrected. Inefficiency minimized. Order reinforced. Systems expand like networks. Settlements linked. Resources distributed. Population coordinated. Even religion aligns with structure. Rituals regular. Calendars followed. Ceremonies integrated. Cities breathe softly. Markets pulse. Temples stand. Homes cluster. Memory persists. Patterns repeated. Knowledge accumulated. Experience reinforced. Even power itself is structural. Not chaotic. Not violent. Just procedural. The empire functions quietly. Flow maintained. Systems aligned. Energy conserved. Observation continues. Experience grows. Patterns repeat. Structures endure. You lie still. Breath soft. Mind aware of networks. Pattern settling. Even history slows here. Events predictable. Movement steady. Knowledge extended. Empires rise quietly. Systems settle softly. Order persists. And you notice the gentle logic underlying it all. You are lying still. Breath slow. Eyes closed. Body heavy. Imagine the night sky. Vast. But not frightening. Quietly observing. Stars appear softly. Twinkling gently. Patterns forming in the darkness. Orion. Pleiades. Early humans notice repetition. Cycles emerge. Moon waxes and wanes. Sun rises and falls. Seasons follow quietly. Curiosity awakens gently. Questions arise. Why do shadows stretch? Why does the river freeze? Why does light shift? Observation becomes practice. Eyes attuned. Hands ready to record. Mind quiet. Measurement begins slowly. Lengths counted. Volumes estimated. Time marked. Pebbles, knots, and lines create structure. Even numbers feel soft. Patterns emerge. 1, 2, 3. Repetition guides understanding. Calendars form gently. Moon cycles noted. Sun cycles aligned. Agriculture benefits from quiet calculation. Stars guide travel. Early sailors notice position. Landmarks align with constellations. Navigation becomes reliable. Tools emerge slowly. Rods for measurement. Knotted cords for counting. Simple devices extending perception. Mathematics grows quietly. Addition. Subtraction. Ratios observed. Proportions understood. Geometry appears naturally. Shadows fall predictably. Angles measured softly. Triangles traced in sand. Even early astronomy is careful. Observatories formed. Horizon watched. Celestial motion recorded. Observation extends curiosity, not superstition. Patterns replace fear. Cause begins to replace mystery. The universe becomes knowable. Distances approximated. Phases predicted. Movements understood gently. Measurement extends control. Time subdivided. Length quantified. Volume estimated. Weight balanced. Even predictions are soft. Seasons anticipated. Floods prepared for. Harvests planned. Stars guide understanding. Lunar cycles aligned with agriculture. Solar patterns mark years. Celestial rhythm mirrored on Earth. Numbers accumulate quietly. Counting becomes habit. Patterns from the foundation. Memory reinforced. Early instruments appear. Gnomons track shadows. Water clocks measure duration. Scales compare mass. Even error teaches. Misalignment noted. Correction applied. Patterns reinforced. Science emerges as gentle practice. Observation repeated. Measurements confirmed. Understanding accumulates. The mind notices rhythm. Patterns encoded in neurons. Memory strengthens. Learning deepens. Measurement is not urgent. It is deliberate. Slow. Quiet. Mathematics structures thought. Numbers anchor reasoning. Relations clarified. Ideas stabilized. Astronomy expands perception. Planets observed. Stars tracked. Movement recorded. Patterns repeat across generations. Calendars preserved. Mathematical concepts passed down. Experience extended. Even curiosity is measured. Questions noted. Experiments repeated. Answers sought patiently. Observation becomes methodical. Tools aid perception. Hands work gently. Eyes follow precisely. Knowledge grows steadily. Errors corrected. Results verified. Understanding deepens. Even abstract concepts appear. Ratios, angles, proportions. all emerge from patient attention. The universe feels accessible, not intimidating, not distant. Patterns understood quietly. Celestial bodies become companions. Sun, moon, stars observed. Movement predictable. Cycles regular. Measurement soothes the mind. Control extends softly. Patterns reduce uncertainty. Curiosity guided by observation. The brain encodes sequences. Neural pathways strengthen. Memory supports learning. Reason aligns with reality. Even large distances shrink. Astronomers estimate orbit. Planets mapped. Paths anticipated. Observation is rhythm. Patterns noticed. Cycles repeated. Time recorded softly. Numbers become language. Symbols represent reality. Computation extends cognition. Thought solidifies. Even complex ideas emerge naturally. Ratios, angles, spheres. Concepts form from observation. Scientific thought grows patiently. Questions framed. Experiments repeated. Patterns confirmed. Errors refine understanding. Misinterpretation corrected. Neural connections strengthen. Knowledge accumulates. Tools mediate perception. Quadrants measure angles. Astrolabes track motion. Rod and cord define space. Even abstract measurement feels gentle. Patterns reduce chaos. Observation replaces fear. Curiosity expands. Time subdivides softly. Hours noted. Days measured. Weeks structured. Patterns of the cosmos guide life. Agriculture aligns. Navigation facilitated. Society organizes. Numbers organize thought. Memory extended. Experience recorded. Understanding grows. Observation repeats slowly. Patterns confirmed. Errors corrected. Learning reinforced. Even distant phenomena are accessible. Eclipses predicted. Phases of planets noted. Movement modeled. Measurement creates calm. Order emerges. Mind settles. Observation becomes habit. Science teaches patience. Observation repeated. Patterns encoded. Knowledge preserved. Even imagination is guided. Reason shapes curiosity. Questions formed. Answers sought quietly. Measurement anchors experience. Numbers and observation reinforce memory. Cycles understood. Time organized. Patterns of earth and sky converge. Calendars align. Seasons anticipated. Harvests coordinated. Even abstract concepts consolidate. Ratios, angles, orbits. All rooted in careful attention. Observation extends cognition. Memory stores sequences. Thought becomes structured. Learning accumulates softly. The universe feels intimate, predictable, accessible. Stars blink gently. Your breath follows rhythm. Body rests. Mind absorbs sequence. Curiosity unfolds quietly. Observation, measurement, and understanding settle together. Knowledge grows slowly. Patterns persist. And in this calm rhythm, you notice the soft pulse of order within the vast sky. You are lying still. Breath soft. Body sinking. Imagine a wheel turning. Slowly. Steadily. Not rushing. Gears interlock gently. Each tooth fitting calmly. Motion measured. Energy conserved. A lever lifts softly. Weight balanced. Force distributed. Effort minimized. Early machines emerge quietly. Water wheels rotate. Wind turns sails. Simple pulleys redirect motion. Humans watch patiently. Hands resting. Eyes following rhythm. Mind noticing sequence. The pulse of work becomes steady. Repetition comforting. Predictable. Softly mechanical. Even motion teaches. Physics is visible. Weights, leverage, friction. All interacting naturally. Energy flows through systems. Transfer gentle. Force conserved. Cycles repeating. Workers move alongside machines. Not frantic. Not hurried. Guided by rhythm. Power becomes extended. Machines amplify labor. Effort reduced. Tasks repeated automatically. Even complexity feels calm. Cogs, belts, wheels interlocking. Each element dependent. Energy flowing predictably. Observation shows efficiency. Friction minimized. Torque balanced. Cycles smooth. Innovation unfolds quietly. Simple tools evolve. Mechanisms refined. Processes optimized. Even learning occurs slowly. Errors noted. Adjustments made. Patterns internalized. Machines hum softly. Noise steady. Not harsh. Not alarming. Work feels meditative. Hands guided. Feet pacing. Mind resting within rhythm. Even labor is gentle. Tasks divided. Processes repeated. Humans observing motion. Energy is harnessed slowly. Water drives mills. Wind turns grain. Muscle conserved. Progress is observable. Measurement confirms output. Adjustments applied. Efficiency increases. Even large systems remain deliberate. Assembly lines extend sequence. Motion continuous. Not frantic. Cycles repeat without strain. Learning reinforced. Experience guiding design. Errors diminishing. Even abstract principles appear softly. Torque, force, pressure. All demonstrated in calm movement. Machines become companions. Not overwhelming. Not chaotic. Quietly functional. Work becomes predictable. Humans rest between cycles. Observation informs action. Mistakes corrected slowly. Even motion teaches time. Cycles mark duration. Sequences indicate rhythm. Experience embedded in repetition. Energy is reused. Weights descend slowly. Springs release softly. Momentum conserved. Even invention is patient. Trial and error repeated. Adjustments refined. Understanding accumulates. Noise is not disruptive. Gears hum in harmony. Belts slide evenly. Wheels spin smoothly. Observation becomes contemplative. Humans notice patterns. Motion internalized. Sequences remembered. Even complex systems are understandable. Cause follows effect. Prediction possible. Learning continuous. Motion structures thought. Timing becomes intuitive. Weight distributed. Workflows aligned. Even labor is gentle. Machines sustain pace. Humans conserve energy. Mind rests within rhythm. Processes repeat calmly. Cycles reinforce stability. Patterns embedded. Experience deepens. Even stress is minimal. Effort shared. Work amplified. Time expanded. Machines teach patience. Sequence respected. Force moderated. Energy balanced. Even sound is measured. Gears click softly. Belts slide quietly. Pistons rise gently. Observation becomes meditation. Eyes follow motion. Hands adjust subtly. Mind rests in pattern. Even innovation emerges softly. Tweaks applied slowly. Efficiency increases. Cycles continue. Movement becomes lullaby. Steady hum. Soft vibration. Predictable cadence. Even time feels extended. Cycles repeat. Errors reduced. Learning reinforced. Machines, motion, rhythm. All harmonize gently. Work continues. Energy conserved. Even progress hums quietly. Not urgent. Not loud. Comforting in repetition. Observation, motion, and structure combine. Patterns settle. Knowledge reinforced. And you drift with the steady pulse of industry. You lie still. Breath slow. Body heavy. The world around you hums softly. Lights glow dimly. Screens flicker quietly. Your mind notices rhythm. Traffic pulses. Voices murmur. Machines operate in patterns. Even cities follow cycles. Signals change. Crowds move. Energy flows like water. Your brain registers patterns. Neurons firing. Connections forming. Adaptation continues. You remember that evolution is patient. Changes accumulate slowly. Generations pass. Learning persists in quiet ways. The body adapts without effort. Circadian rhythms adjust. Heart rate responds. Sleep regulates gently. Even schedules are experiments. Time divided into predictable segments. Tasks repeated. Behavior modified slowly. The sensory world is measured. Light, sound, and motion. Processed and stored. Patterns recognized unconsciously. Screens provide information softly. Images change. Notifications arrive rhythmically. Attention shifts gently. Your neurons mirror patterns. Observation informs action. Memory adapts. Knowledge expands slowly. The modern environment is alive. Structures interact. Energy circulates. Resources consumed thoughtfully. Even artificial systems affect biology. Temperature, light, sound. Measured by senses. Responded to without strain. The brain notices repetition. Predictable stimuli are soothing. Unexpected events trigger alertness. Balance maintained naturally. Human bodies respond to systems. Cardiovascular, hormonal, and neural. Adjusting to external cues. Adaptation subtle, continuous. Even diet is an experiment. Nutrients processed. Microbiome responding. Gut, brain, and body connected. Sleep patterns synchronize slowly. Night and day cues. Melatonin rises. Cycles consolidate memory. Even stress is buffered. Hormones released cautiously. Responses measured. Recovery follows naturally. Work rhythms resemble ancient patterns. Repetition teaches efficiency. Tasks performed. Energy conserved. Even social interaction is modulated. Conversation follows cycles. Non-verbal cues observed. Brains resonate quietly. Attention shifts gently. Focus cycles through tasks. Distraction occurs. Mind returns to rhythm naturally. Even learning is an experiment. Neural networks adapt. Connections strengthen. Memory consolidates slowly. The environment provides feedback. Temperature, light, sound. Action modifies future states. Experience accumulates quietly. Even emotions are adaptive. Fear signals danger. Joy reinforces patterns. Balance maintains subtly. The modern world is dynamic. Change occurs continuously. Observation guides action. Humans respond unconsciously. Even technology participates. Automation eases effort. Information stored. Errors corrected gently. Society functions as a feedback loop. Actions affect environment. Environment affects behavior. Adjustment follows naturally. Even culture evolves slowly. Ideas transmitted. Practices repeated. Knowledge accumulates softly. Habit forms quietly. Repetition ingrains. Behavior shaped. Neural pathways reinforced. Even novelty is introduced gently. New experiences challenge patterns. Curiosity engages neurons. Learning persists without strain. Attention, rest, and activity balance. Rhythms align with natural cycles. Modern life becomes a scaffold. Behavior shapes subtly. Even complexity is manageable. Systems nested within systems. Observing patterns calms the mind. Order emerges from repetition. You notice your body in this context. Heartbeat steady. Breath slow. Senses attuned. Even thought adapts. Ideas absorbed gradually. Memory consolidates softly. Understanding unfolds naturally. Cognitive load reduced. Task segmented. Repetition forms competence. Confidence grows quietly. Even movement is structured. Steps taken with awareness. Muscle memory reinforced. Action becomes effortless. Neurons, muscles, and senses interact. Feedback flows continually. Adaptation is ongoing. Change unfolds gradually. Even attention spans lengthen. Focus shifts naturally. Distraction passes. Calm returns without effort. The modern environment can be observed like a living system. Interactions, responses, cycles, all measurable, all predictable in soft ways. Even habits of mind evolve. Reflection deepens. Observation informs. Understanding grows patiently. You notice history continues around you. Not distant, but present. Systems adapt. Humans respond quietly. Even technology is an extension of biology. Feedback loops operate continuously. Actions affect networks. Learning continues gently. You realize the world is an experiment. Observation, adaptation, repetition. Life measured in quiet cycles. Change is slow, deliberate. Even consciousness participates softly. Awareness tracks patterns. Decision follows naturally. Mind resting within rhythm. The modern world is patient. Systems evolve gently. Biology adjusts unobtrusively. and you rest, safe within ongoing experiment. You lie still, breath even, body heavy. Outside, time moves, unseen, unmeasured, unhurried. Days pass softly, seasons cycle, light shifts across familiar surfaces. You notice the rhythm, not demanding, not urgent. Even clocks tick gently, each second a pulse, measured but not rushing you. History unfolds quietly, past events ripple outward. You observe only what is near. Memory blends with perception. Neurons fire softly. Experience settles like dust. Even the universe continues. Stars rotate. Planets orbit. Galaxies drift silently. You do not need to watch. Time does not pause, nor hurry. Science shows that processes are constant. Entropy flows. Energy shifts. Change happens in natural tempo. Your body aligns with cycles. Heartbeat steady. Breathing slow. Sleepiness arrives gradually. Even decisions can wait. Future events will unfold. No urgency exists now. No pressure to act. You notice sunlight fading. Shadows lengthen softly. Temperature cools gently. Evening arrives in measured pace. Even thought drifts slowly. Ideas float and settle. Mind becomes a calm observer. No need to fix or measure. Even the smallest processes continue. Cells repair. Blood circulates. Neurons rewire quietly. You notice that awareness is optional. Time does not pause for your attention. Yet you remain part of its flow. The world spins gently. Oceans move. Wine flows. Mountains stand unmoved by haste. Even growth persists. Plants expand. Roots seek water. Leaves stretch toward light. You sense that nothing is missing. Not watching does not prevent change. Not acting does not hinder cycles. Science reassures softly. Events follow natural law. Cause and effect continue. Order emerges without demand. You realize that sleep itself is part of the rhythm. Rest allows repair. Memory consolidates. Energy can serve naturally. Even consciousness relaxes. Observation fades. Thoughts slow. Breathing continues. You notice your heartbeat again. Soft as steady. Reliable. Unrushed. Time continues beneath perception. Moments pass gently. Nothing waits for attention. Nothing hurries. Even the distant past is settled. Its influence present. Its urgency gone. You are removed from its demand. Even the near future can wait. Events will arrive in turn. No need to anticipate. No need to prepare immediately. Your senses soften. Hearing dims slightly. Vision blurs at edges. Touch is warm and heavy. Even the world outside becomes abstract. Sounds distant. Movements unnoticed. Change imperceptible. Your mind floats along cycles. Neurons firing gently. Memories pass softly. Thoughts become shadows. Even the present is quiet. No command to act. No requirement to measure. Just observation, softly. You feel time as a flow. Like water over stones. Smooth, constant. Indifferent to urgency. Even breathing matches the rhythm. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Steady, unbroken. Aligned with invisible flow. You notice the body repairing. Cells divide. Proteins fold. Molecules shift with calm regularity. Even consciousness drifts further. Attention fades. Awareness narrows. Sleep approaches gently. You sense the cycles of nature. Sun rises. Sun sets. Tides move. Even distant galaxies rotate. Stars shine softly. Gravity guides without haste. Expansion continues quietly. You realize that all of life moves similarly. Process is steady. Patterns repeat. Change comes, always, without demand. Even modern systems, cities, machines, networks persist. Energy flows. Tasks repeat. Systems self-correct in rhythm. Your mind slows further. Thoughts fragment. Pauses lengthen. Curiosity softens. Even the brain's activity continues unseen. Electrical impulses ripple. Chemical gradients shift. Adaptation occurs quietly. You notice that the future will arrive. Events unfold naturally. No urgency now. No requirement for foresight. Even memory becomes gentle. Past experiences settle. Connections reinforce. Nothing demands attention. You feel safe in this continuum. Time is neither friend nor enemy. It simply flows. It does not judge. Even anticipation softens. Moments arrive softly. You rest in their arrival. No need to hurry. You notice your own heartbeat again. Slow, rhythmic. Aligned with breath. Aligned with stillness. Even external stimuli fade. Lights dim. Noises soften. The body relaxes further. You realize that you exist within time. Yet you are not responsible for its passage. Moments flow. Moments arrive. Even awareness of time is optional. You may notice. Or you may drift. Either way, change continues. Your body responds naturally. Muscles loosen. Breath continues. Mind rests. Even thought slows to a whisper. Ideas drift like clouds. Memories settle like dust. Attention fades gently. You feel the pulse of life around you. Cities, forests, oceans, all moving softly, all indifferent to urgency. Even the universe maintains its tempo. Galaxies rotate. Stars burn steadily. Time continues quietly. You sense that all is ongoing. Nothing requires action. Nothing requires attention. You may rest. Your eyelids feel heavy. Breath deepens. Body sinks. Mind floats. Even the future can wait. Events will come. Cycles will continue. You are already part of their flow. And sleep arrives softly, without needing to ask.